Hello, everyone. It's Plum. Get ready, everybody. BPT's mini podcast extravaganza for August 20th, 2023. And we have a birthday shout out we're going to give to you all. But before we get to that, here's the channel ID and all that jazz. And stay tuned because BPT's mini podcast extravaganza for August 20th, 2023 starts next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live, and welcome everyone to BPT's mini podcast extravaganza for August 20th, 2023. And I'm Remix Plum, and I'm not alone, everybody. This is going to be a great stream tonight, hopefully, because the educational game thing that we did last week, it was probably the best stream I've ever done. And so thank you guys so much for the opportunity to enjoy that and also enjoying some of the premieres I have on YouTube. And I got two more coming your way because I've been playing a lot of Xbox, so I'll get to that momentarily. But ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and introduce you to the fine guest who joins me on the stream. And they help out along the way and making the show entertaining for me and entertaining for you viewers out there. Founder of LGPCBM, like I said, you can help out of his channel. $5 a month and towards a great cause and support the channel on his YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the founder of LGPCBM and not the other way around, Luke Jeffers.
Hello, guys. As I'm speaking live from the E-Mine Hamburger, yep. And folks, just a reminder, okay, excuse me. Before we get the birthday shout on Billy Moody, which his birthday is today,
Yep.
we have another birthday shout from a belated birthday shout to somebody who I know recently. Well, his birthday is yesterday. It's a springcaster. His name is Andy Hall, who's 20 today. So, Andy Hall, if you're watching this, happy 20th birthday to you. You'll be great. You'll be great in your 20 years of your life. So, as well as the Springcast, Remix, Chris, everybody, happy birthday, Andy. If you're watching this, for you, Andrew Hall. But anyway.
Yeah, this is for you. And of course, Lou Jeffers was also known famously as the Crazy Bunch and all that other stuff. And there you go on that. So we'll get to that. And also, ladies and gentlemen, joining me, he's the Retro Media Vision founder. Of course, you can check out his album that's on Spotify and Apple Music and whatnot. So go give it a listen. And I think you agree that you'll be walking out the tracks on the album. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Chris Kennedy.
How are you today?
I'm doing all right, and welcome to the stream.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here. How are
so
you?
Yeah, folks, the three of us are here for you all again tonight. And as Luke mentioned, today is a very special day.
Yes.
For one of our friends and whatnot. He's he did a live stream earlier today. He was so full of energetic and fun,
Cool.
Especially the Wii Sports, and it was just chaos upon chaos. Shouting out profanities and whatnot, and
Wow.
but it was all good fun on his stream.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And all that great stuff. And not only that, he is and you know what? He forgot to do take your pick. I asked him to do take your pick, and he forgot. But anyway, that's okay. But speaking of take your pick, he was the former co-host of BPT's #1 game show, Take Your Pick Live, which now Chris Kennedy is the co-host of the game show.
Yeah.
And
I would say, yeah.
after episode 100 and everything, and then we moved on to the era that is known as Remix Kennedy era of the game show. Make it unique and fun, and a lot of changes are going to be made and all that great stuff.
I'm blessed to fill the void for Billy Moody.
Yeah,
Happy
and
birthday, Billy Moody, to you.
yeah. So for the three of us,
my friend, colleague, and co-host of my Friday show series.
Yeah, and again, the former co-host of Take Your Pick Live. And we are both the creators of the revival.
Absolutely.
And I think without him, I don't think Take Your Pick Live would exist.
Yeah,
and he's also a $1 million winner on Take Your Pick Live episode number 27.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a magical milestone
of live history. And I'll get to that momentarily. But one of the moments that I've ever done with him on FDBL history was him wanting to trip him over and go, whoa, and then I'm getting cocky, la la la.
Yeah, Barney getting cocky, and he probably laughed at it.
If you watch Billy,
no offense, Billy, but it's for entertainment purposes, like you mentioned on your stream.
Yeah, it was on one of my FDBL episodes, but we're now almost 4 episodes in my Friday show, and he and I were still doing this today. So there you go, Billy. If you're watching this, happy birthday to you. Still my colleague, still my friend, and we're both in the same graduate class 2013. And to be honest with you, Billy, we're both in different high schools together. And then 10 years later, we're both graduates. Still graduates. And a fun fact for Billy, I was doing a reunion movie with and then tagged Billy in the post. It was great, but nonetheless, it was a great experience for me to reunite with the gods. But happy birthday, Billy. If you're watching this, it's a great experience for you. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. So from the three of us and everything, and from we're one, and and everything. We wish Billy a happy 29th birthday, and hopefully his birthday was a shining moment of his livelihood. Hopefully he'll get some nice little toys if Mr. Bucket don't take it away from him. Because that'd be a naughty thing for him to do. Or maybe get himself some nice shiny pom-poms for his birthday.
Okay, I'm gonna get some water. Come right back.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, on this edition of the podcast stream, it's time now for a thirsty minute, and Lou Jeffers had to step outside to grab a thirst. We don't know if it's water or juice, or because I know he don't drink any pop sodas, but I know he's going to be coming right back to wet his whistle. And so this is edition of Thirsty Minute. And of course, Lou Jeffers is out and whatnot, so he's out taking a thirst, and he'll be back because I got tea with me as well, and I'll be getting me some flavored waters next month and whatnot, next Friday. So I'll be having my own thirst, but right now it's tea or just raspberry tea for that matter. So And that has been your thirsty minute here, everybody, here on BPT's mini podcast extravaganza. There, okay, now I gotta take a breather because that was so long.
Go! Come on.
Yeah. So that's been the edition of Thirsty Minute, right here on BPT's mini podcast extravaganza on Brand Public Television.
You. I don't know what's up with your remix.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
I thought it'd be a nice way to entertain ourselves before we get into the meat and potatoes of the stream.
Oh God.
I mean, well, with the except of not having meat and potatoes because that's not included. Same thing with batteries. Batteries are not included as well.
Yeah, Barbie.
Yeah. So sorry, folks. And like I said too, buying a nice pair of pom poms and everything to take him to the game, at a football game or special whatever. If he tries to take it in a concert, he'll probably be embarrassed. But anywho's, in all seriousness, though, we want to seriously wish him a happy 29th birthday, and I know we kind of do this for not to hurt his feelings in a way, but just to have fun and take a little time and the 29 years and whatnot and all that happy stuff. So again, from the three of us and behalf of We're One, we wish Billy a happy 29th and all that great stuff. And so there you go on that. And of course, Luke had a great birthday on in June when he celebrated 28 because he got something that he truly loves and everything.
Yeah.
And that's going to be one of the theme for tonight's episode. So stay tuned.
It was a long story when we would get to this meme. Yeah, I'm not gonna write every down like I did back in the cartoons meme, but I'll give you a brief story before we get to this meme, okay?
Yeah.
That's just me. It's about Apple, okay?
Yeah.
And tablets, But it's just
and I sorry, Lou. Yeah, I forgot to put that in. Oh my God, what is wrong with me?
What was wrong with you, Remax?
Well, guess what? I'm gonna make the edit right now because I forgot to have the ticker on the bottom, and I'm not fully prepared yet. I feel like Friday the 13th is coming at me sooner than later because there's gonna be a Friday the 13th date in October.
Oh, really?
It's gonna be scary.
FBOX. There will be a new time, for FBOX because I want to get ready to watch some Smosh content on here because I want to get ready for that. Some of it will be live at 4 p.m. instead of normal 3 p.m. time because I'm getting ready to watch a Smosh.
That's not how you sell tablets.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm gonna really watch Smosh watch party, so that way I can get ready to start FUX after this watch party. So, Ian, if you're watching this, so get ready because I'm in between those 2 weeks. It'll be FUX, and after that will be FUX. Yeah. And there will not be an FUX episode on October 27th because I will be celebrating a birthday party for my cousin Leanne, who will be turning 50 before Halloween starts. But there will be one on November the 3rd. Maybe we'll go for it. Anyway, there'll be one of those for the season X premiere. But anyway, for October. Be looking out for it.
Okie dokie. That sounds good, Luke.
Just want to let you know.
Yeah, because like I said, October is fastly approaching and everything. That means autumn is almost here. And summer has been great. Other than the fact that it's been hot in the West Coast and everything.
Speaking of West
But
Coast,
yeah, it's just
yeah,
a mess.
according to the news, Hurricane Haley, because I saw it on TV this
Hillary,
morning,
yeah.
and on the Weather Channel, I was traveling to Charleston, South Carolina, and I was really in shock about this. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Happened a lot
Yeah,
of
hopefully,
else in California. And then
hopefully everybody,
when I get home from Charleston, it freaked me out,
yeah. And hopefully everybody will stay safe and everything, and from parts of California to Nevada, especially Las Vegas, to even Phoenix,
Yeah.
Tucson and Phoenix and all of them.
If you're
And
watching, Alex, I'm praying for you, buddy.
yeah, especially the one nasty storm and everything.
Yeah, you gotta at least do something. But at least you try with these. It happened in 2016 the East Coast, but high net press. Hurricane Matthew, but high net press, like I said. But anyway.
Yeah.
It's difficult times,
Yeah, like I said, the hurricane season and everything, and
yeah,
we know people freak out over that.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched the Weather Channel this morning.
Oh yeah.
And on TV when all this happened, when I was in Charleston, South Carolina, I was freaked out,
Right.
I was gonna go to Arlington, DC in September, but I have to wait a little while longer. But however, I won't be attending the 24th day of September's mini podcast extravaganza stream, but it will be happening on the let's say another September day. Let's say October 1st. We'll see what happens because I will be going on to DC. We'll see what happens.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned BPT's mini podcast stream because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing 2 more of these streams, including one right now and one for next Sunday. And I think after we finish the next Sunday, I'm going to probably take a little break from the stream.
Okay.
To occupy my mind with something, refresh my mind with something.
Uh-huh.
But when it gets back, we'll have a new theme and everything, and more the entertainment goodness you know and love. Because like I said, this is only a temporary thing because this is not really an official thing. Because like I said, I am gonna be trying to come up with a brand new podcast stream that I can call it my own. And in the shape of this stream. Try to combine this stream and Wild Weekly and try to mash it up into one and kind of make it my own and unique.
Makes sense because I wanted.
So this is only temporarily.
Yeah, I not temporary. No, I had to be absent from September because I had to focus on my own self and focus on other projects for September. But when it comes back, I'll see what I can do.
Well, it's like I said, I'm gonna be taking a little break of the stream for September because I got stuff I gotta really get going and everything. But like I said, it's been fun. It's still fun to do the stream and everything on the Sunday when I get off work and do the stream with you guys because this is. Truly awesome, especially, last week's stream, which was, out of this world. Yeah, exactly. Which we won't mention, but like I said, I mean, it was a fun stream, busting Loot's butt and whatnot, level up the entertainment experience.
Mm-hmm.
Because because that's why you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much.
After 13 years and everything, and I would never imagine having that many subscribers. So thank you guys, and thank you for checking out the content and everything.
Yeah.
And it pretty started with just a simple digital camera. and now what it is today, with with new videos and
Yeah,
stuff, especially 2 new videos I'll be posting sometime soon. But
yeah. However, mine began in the Panasonic VHS camcorder, and now with an iPad Pro, a Canon camcorder, and a webcam I'm using now, like 2K webcam, so many others. A GoPro, so like I said before, and so many others. There's a
yeah,
lot of
go are nice.
studio equipment that I use to make films, TV shows over the years. So there you
I
go.
mean, heck, even like I said, it'd be ridiculous trying to hold the iPad Pro, because of its big size and everything,
Yeah,
but at the same time, if you put it on a tablet stand or something, then you can, that way your video don't bounce up and down,
no,
and then you can really make great videos with it, especially
it's like for
if the iPad does 4K or
it's
does
like for
some sort of a video.
it's like when I
Yeah,
press the camera app. It's like when I press the camera app, and I'll show you when I press video, when I record, for example, like this. I'll record this and zoom in, and I'll zoom in like this, and I'll show you one example like this. I'll show you your face, not your whole body thing, and show my face, for
yeah,
example, here. It's not gonna be bounced up and down all the way, but on Chris end, yeah, it makes more sense to zoom out of the way. That would be great. So there you go. Now stop recording,
right,
and here you go. That makes more sense. Now with this whole thing, I'm gonna turn this thing off since we're streaming this. But that makes more sense between
yeah,
our recording thing and yeah, yeah. This is the behind the scenes footage. I'm recording this for your main podcast Extravaganza stream, but that makes more sense. But that's how it all works out. So there you go. When I record this, so footage. Well, it'll be up on YouTube as soon as I get done with this whole thing. But right now, it's gonna make more sense. It's not gonna be a random video per se, but that's just me. But like I said, um, it's gonna make more happening. So there you go. But that's not what we're gonna talk about today. We're talking about tablets or Apple, but that's just me.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's a theme in the ticker, and I forgot to add that during the stream. But I did remember to have the subscriber only thing on. That way we can
Yeah,
prevent the thing from happening for tonight.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
But
I mean, seriously, I really wish we can worry about this whole theme because, well, let me tell you about Apple, okay? Because this is part of our theme for the day, okay? My story
yeah,
of Apple
go
began.
ahead, Luke.
My story of Apple began in 2005, okay? And I got an a Christmas present called iPod Classic, okay?
Wow. I do.
And
Yeah,
those,
I had an iPod as well with the video,
yeah, it shows videos, music, everything, yeah. And
and
then
and it was an awesome little music player. And
Oh,
sadly, they don't make iPod anymore.
no, it doesn't. But when I first discovered this, I'm like, wow. I plug it in on my Windows computer at the time, Windows XP, and I played, let's say, for example, music, video, things like that. Like on iTunes, play it, for example. I purchased some stuff on iTunes and things like that. And that's how it works out the way it used to be. Bam. Then 2000, like, 2000, and fast forward 2010. I got an iPod Touch, fourth generation. I gotta play simple games like Ammo's. I can't remember what it's called. Basically, Ammo's Monster Maker. Then another game I played.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Ammo's Monster Maker. Then another game is called Count TV, something like that. Another app I used to play. It's a tiny processor. Do 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 and it goes wee. It's a typing text thing. I remember this very well. It makes us laugh, to make more sense anyway. But it works out the way it used to be. Then there's a YouTube app that used to be there, but it doesn't work anymore. But it has now have a YouTube app now. But it goes to be analog TV, doesn't work that way. But it owns my Google now, not going to be Apple, but there you go. Then another app I use called I think it's called I think it was something. What is it? Besides YouTube. I know how to take pictures like that, but basically Stables. The Stables one. Not that easy button like this like you usually all saw today, running gag like this.
That was easy.
Exactly. But an app called Easy Button. I used it before, but it has to be like so many random easy apps. Like say, that was easy as your mom. That was easy as somebody else. I can't remember what it's called now, but they don't have to use it anymore. I don't know why, but that was on the App Store, sometimes. But another thing I could use the app, I don't remember, it's called Skype, Discord, anything else on. But, Skype that I used when I first met you at the time. Facebook.
Yeah, this was before Discord even it was even a thing.
Yeah, even a thing, yeah. And yeah, Facebook, Twitter, yeah. And so many other social media apps, before Instagram was the thing,
And I also I also wanted to say that I too had an iPod Touch, although I didn't have one of the newer ones, so I got stuck with the old one. Yeah, and long live the iPod.
Yeah,
Continued.
Then I want to use my 5th iPod Touch to take my school videos on my main channel. So I use that and film it, and there you go on that. Then I use another iPod Touch to use for notes, since I won't get stressed anymore. Then I struggle on what it used to be. Then I use iCloud for the first time since from 2011. There you go on that. And then I use then 2013 came. I use not this iPad Pro. Okay.
Yeah, it was an iPad, old iPad.
It's called an iPod Mini first generation at the time.
You mean iPad Mini?
Yeah, iPad Mini, yeah.
Okay.
It was 2013. This is way before I graduated high school. That's where I filmed my first trip to Washington, D.C. and everything else. Then in 2014 of the winter, somebody stole my iPad Mini first generation for some reason.
Yeah, well, because they wanted to be jerks, and they're like, "Oh, look at that, an iPad! I'm going to take it from him."
Wow. And I wanted to not let him do that, but it's just sad to me, but I'm going to get my 2nd generation iPad Mini in 2015. I did about
which has a better screen, by the way, than the first gen.
Yeah, I got my own 10 touch better than the third one because it sucks,
Yeah.
And before I get the 2nd generation, I got myself and my hands on Mac Mini. Let me explain why. Okay.
That one I have as well.
I don't want to use Windows anymore until 2015.
Yeah, we all know why about the Windows thing, but we can just strictly talk about Apple because that's what the theme is for tonight. So no Windows stuff, guys. So sorry about that, but anyway.
I just want to switch to Windows back because in 2014 of July of June, May, April, I want to save up money for a Mac, and this way I can get a new Mac. I was looking to get a MacBook or a iMac, but that costs too much money.
Yeah, that's one of the Achilles heels of buying an Apple product is you're going to be paying a lot for an
Yeah.
Apple quality brand, but at the same time, you get what you pay for, and it won't break down on you like other devices do. You know
Yeah.
that don't choke and whatnot. Like
Oh, no.
when a vehicle's engine chokes, then you know that it's choking on its own ham sandwich.
Yeah.
But I digress. But continue.
Yeah. But with the recommendation by a good friend of my mom who works with my mom, by the way, she told me he had recommended me a 24 for 12 model of the Mac Mini, and that will be my very first Mac
Slightly
Mini
cheaper.
ever. And
Right.
then 27, and then I got a second iPad Mini, second generation. Then I got school over in 2017 of August to get, and that's why I got this whole this whole Mad Mini broke, you know.
Mhm.
I didn't even
And
recover
mine
the mini stuff.
and mine's still going after 8.5 to 9 years, and I probably won't be getting another Mac. But I'm gonna save that because I'll talk about this thing after I go over one little thing that's not Apple related, but it's a review I want to do. So,
Yeah.
but go ahead, Luke, and continue.
But then September 2017 came after hurricane season that's going in my hands. I got another Mac. It's a 2014 model.
Yeah, that's the one I have,
Cool.
And then
which is outdated, sadly.
outdated, sadly. But then 2022 came. I got this Mac Mini, and then 2019, I got another iPad Mini called the 5th generation iPad Mini. And
Yeah.
by last month, 2 months ago, this iPad Pro. So,
Yeah, which you got recently on your birthday, and it's the most advanced computer out there, and especially with the Apple Silicon, which means you can use Final Cut. And if it doesn't have the Silicon M1 or M2, then you can't do Final Cut.
So yeah, and the rest is history for Apple and tablets and everything. So overall, how many years I got for tablets and Apple? Well, to answer your question, let's say about nearly 18 years now.
Yeah, and the iPad was introduced in 2010.
Yeah, if you count that and Apple, that's nearly 18 years. So iPad, it'll be 10 years for me. It's 10 years for me.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So, that's just me.
Alrighty.
So it's be my 18th year of getting Apple products in Christmas of 2023. There you go on that.
Yeah. And like I said, ever since Luke has been amazed with the stuff that you can do on an iPad and everything, and there's so many possibilities and everything.
Yeah.
So 13 years later, and everybody's still getting one, and even though the current generation iPad don't make a lot of sense, but I'll get to that momentarily after I do a review of something, and that's going to be the first time I'm going to be doing on the podcast stream.
Yeah.
Something I did on Vlog Weekly. That I did a movie review, an honest review, and it's still going to be my own 100% honest opinion because I love movies and everything, and Disney Pixar and everything, and I'm gonna try not to, and I'll try to be as precise as I can, and clear out the other things that don't belong in a review.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's my Billy movie.
Yeah, hello, Billy. We were just mentioning you, birthday boy.
Yep. It's going good, Billy. I'm just we just mentioned you and just birthday boy, just being here, just
Yeah,
how much you're gonna do this anyway, and how much we're talking. I'm just talking about apple pies myself for 18 plus years and everything else. So there's your answer question on this one, Billy.
yeah, and Luke just copied me too. It's like Simon Says, copy each other's words.
Like I didn't say
And,
else you
and
said.
yeah, and if you do it successfully, you get a nice shiny lollipop.
I was just trying to do the echo scene, but yeah.
Yeah, and that
So
was funny too. The whole lollipop.
okay, just got home
Brand
from
new.
Apollo, and now I'm playing Super Mario All Stars. Wow, Billy. Okay.
Yeah, because I know that game kind of kicked your butt, Billy. Because I was there, and it's one of my all-time favorite video games on the NES. And Billy did say 1989, and I had to correct him. It was February 12th, 1990. Even though in the movie The Wizard, you got to see the preview of the game for us
Yeah,
Americans, and you were
yeah,
able to see it at the very end of the movie. Won't spoil it, but like I said, Super Mario Brothers 3 was in that film.
yes.
Um,
Yeah, I told him it's the wizard. And yes, I mentioned
yep,
on the stream, and especially my Friday show about the Mario movie preview thing as well. I was
yep,
in I was in Wilmington, North Carolina trip in
yep,
2021.
Wilmington, yep,
And
and it was
and
so hot and muggy. I'm sure all the cast members did not like the hot and the humidity and muddiness in Wilmington when they had to film it all the way back 30 years ago.
wow. No. What I'm saying was I
It
was in
was just
North Carolina at
painful.
the beach house and no and I was and it was a fun trip, and overall, I was just getting ready to. So I was getting ready to have fun. That fall, October 2021, and then after that, I was just chatting with my friend who's a cool guy. He was saying, "Dude, you at the beach house? Sweet. Wish I was gonna be at the beach house." And oh, my sister's is at college there. I'm like, and then after all these activities, and then Mitch, my friend, Luke's a cool guy, his friend Mitch, talking about doing a lot Twitch stream about golf with friends, playing golf with friends on his Xbox on Twitch.
Yeah.
I was about to come home, and Remix told me about Tomorrow Brothers movie taping on at Wilmington, North Carolina. I was like, "F you, movie! Come on now,
Yeah.
seriously."
And I'm typing something in the chat. If I can type right, that is. But yeah, like I said, the whole Super Mario Brothers 3 game that Billy did, he well, and like I said, it really takes a lot of skill to play the game and everything. But for me being a lifelong gamer ever since owning an NES, you know that yeah, Super Mario Brothers 3 really stands the test of time of how great a platformer could be and expand the levels to even greater heights and new areas and whatnot. That's what made the game so special. After 33 years,
Yeah,
and it still holds up to this day, and it's still one of my favorite games.
yeah. Oh,
And
and
I
another,
know Chris can agree with me on that.
yeah, exactly. Oh, another movie that was taken over to North Carolina, The Adventures of Elmo and Grouchland.
Yeah, that movie. Yep, I've seen it.
Yeah, I've watched
Yep.
it twice or three times, whatever it was on. One was on Disney Channel back in 2004 or 5. I don't know what it was at the time. But that was great,
Yeah.
Wow, that's just me.
And that's what I said too on in the chat.
And there's another stream hosted by my good friend David Say
Yeah.
on Elmer Grouchman, and then my friend our bro was like, "Oh my god, this movie sucks." I was just like,
Yeah.
"That's my childhood, man." He's right, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm like your baby." Like, this movie sucks. Come on now.
Yeah. Yeah, and it probably and everybody can bash on the movie, but it's like I said on Billy's stream, it's a guilty pleasure rather than than just sitting there and watch an embarrassment of a movie that was made 30 years ago, and now 2023, with over $1 billion, and it's now on Peacock, and I have it on Apple TV/iTunes.
Which I saw
And the animation.
okay, Blu-ray, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say the animated version, blows the original '93 movie out of the water.
Makes sense.
Because the '93 one was by Hollywood, which was ABC, Disney and whatnot, and the 2023 was obviously Universal, along with Nintendo and Illumination, which they're gonna be having a new movie coming out called Migration, and looks kind of neat, but we'll have to wait and see what we can expect from the movie.
Yeah, there's another fun fact for me while I was at Wilmington. I was watching The Buzzer with, I don't know what game shows I was watching that time frame. Classic Concentration at that time frame. Car Sharks with Bob Eubanks. What else I can think of? Super Passport, and I don't know what other 80s game shows in the time on Buzzer. But that's just basically it. But that was the first time I experienced Buzzer while I was at Wilmington, North Carolina.
And this question is for Chris. Once the comment shows up.
Hear my brother in the background, but that's just me. Anyway.
Because I know he's kind of enjoying the stream tonight, and we don't want to leave him out of the stream because he's part of the stream for tonight.
Actually, no, they're not with me while I was on the vacation trip to Wilmington, North Carolina. Actually, I was in the beach, Billy, and I was basically I never watched New England game yet. But I'll see what I can do to watch it on Pluto TV. That's just me. While I'm at watching Buzz. But anyway. But Family Feud, good question. I'll watch it soon, but very soon and another time, but that's just me. But anyway.
Well, Luke, you're probably gonna love me for this, because this is what I said.
Luke growing up. Oh God, no! Come on, no, and I almost broke my computer glasses. Jesus. No, I did not in the game show era while I was in Wilmington, North Carolina. So I'll watch it some other time, but right now I'll see what I can do. But in Pluto TV difference, we'll see what happens, Billy.
Yeah, exactly.
But I did watch on PAX one time, but that's just...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly, Billy. Entertainment purposes only. Exactly. And I hope Chris is enjoying the stream.
Yeah.
If he's there.
You misspelled.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I just realized it's the stupid Bluetooth keyboard because it did not register the R. I was trying to spell grill, but it did not register. It's just a crappy $10 keyboard at Walmart.
Oh my god. Oh man. Bro, excuse me.
Yeah, I was gonna say Oguera Pizza in the
No.
beach. Yeah, and it should be name something you take with you to the beach. And instead of saying turkey, you just say pizza. And then the first thing you buy in the supermarket, Supreme Pizza. Name food that's often stuffed. Stuffed crust pizza.
Jesus remix.
How do you like that for a remix of those questions? Instead of turkey, it's all pizza related. From stuffed crust to Supreme Pizza, and you take pizza to the beach, and not a turkey. What is wrong with you?
Oh God, help me.
But yeah, so as soon as Chris comes back, we'll ask him the question
We'll see.
of
I'm
the
sorry.
game. Yeah, it's alright.
Mhm.
It's all good. I'm just busting Luke's butt, just like I did with Billy.
Oh wow.
You know, about him cooking hot dogs in the grill in the beach, in a hot summer beach.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You know, and well, I mean, for some people, it's Kool-Aid in their hand, and while they're grilling up burgers and stuff for the summertime.
Yum, 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 yum. No.
I know. And if the hot dog gets into the sand, then yeah, pull that nasty thing out and feed it to the and feed it to somebody like Pelican or Shark or anything like that. Well, if a shark fails, get out immediately. You don't want to get bit by a shark.
Oh God.
Yeah, because yeah, I mean it's no game shark or anything, but it's a shark and whatnot.
Like, run! It's a shark!
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it's a Godzilla thing from.
And it's not the baby shark fault. It's a real life shark. It's
Wow.
not baby shark.
Yeah. It's a parody of Ronnie's Godzilla from Austin Powers in Gold member. If you're wondering what it was. Anyway.
And Luke's gonna laugh when he sees this.
What?
Well,
About what?
there you go.
Oh no, detail what? Misspelled wrong again.
Yeah. Well, again, it's the keyboard, Luke. It's the keyboard. But yeah, and it says, "Oh, I can grill my plums at the grill on the grill."
Like that.
Yeah, it's the keyboard's fault because like I said, it's a Bluetooth keyboard and there's a slight delay when you type
Ow!
and it has a brain freeze and it has a total brain fault. Yeah.
Yeah, while I was doing entertainment purposes only, there's something wrong with my back. Like I need a back scratch or something.
Yeah, you probably need something to scratch your back. I mean, either a monkey or gorilla. I'm sure if you ask nicely, he'll scratch yours.
Oh my.
Oh God.
If it's Mr. Bucket, forget it, because he won't do a darn thing.
No.
He'll just sit there being lazy and try to steal somebody else's pom poms or steal somebody else's fruits. I don't know, like apple, grapes, or cranberries,
Jesus,
or
you're killing me, buddy. You're killing me.
or fresh strawberries, or well, if he steals a banana, you know what DK's gonna do? He's gonna come up and punch you right in the face.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know. It's like if Mr. Bucket steals that banana, that DK is gonna come up and smash him in the face.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway. Oh. God.
That's weird entertainment, folks. I tell you. See, this is why I supercharged Billy's butt and now Luke for the stream tonight.
I just came back from vacation from Charles, South Carolina, and you just suddenly whipping my mind.
Oh, I know.
Early this afternoon, I just came back from a friend of mine's Studio 25 Discord chat, and now you're gonna make me bust my balls off.
Well, yeah, that's what I like to do. I mean, we all have to have a little a fun moment, to tickle our brain for the Sunday.
I hate that.
Instead of being bored and sad and depressed, why not have a good time?
Yeah, because speaking of busting your balls off, I got this tape earlier yesterday while I was on vacation to Charles, South Carolina. Yeah, I know this is creepy Barney for you guys, but this is the very first video of Barney. So the backyard show, Barney's backyard game video. I got this from eBay. So yeah, when I got this from eBay, I thought, okay, let's get this, and bam, 21 something ish gone. I spent that much money, and there you go. When I got this at Amazon at my house, my doorstep, mailbox, whatever, I thought, okay, get that, and it was all there. So there you go. When I got that, and I want to dump that tape immediately so I can get this out of the way, it was all there. So there you go. And when I got that, and I want to finish this up after I get done with the next episode of Boring Jokester, which is going to be Cool Cat Fights Coronavirus. And after that, it'll be this one. So there you go.
Exactly.
So,
excuse me.
Which is going to be something very new for us just 12 years out there, because I was going to do something for, like I said, it's which Bob Shore reviewed on Cool Cat on Fights Coronavirus. I want to do something new for Boring Jokester, just to say that on my Rumble account per se, but that's just me. Anyway. But anyway, imagine Barney. Come on, man.
I was gonna show that to everybody. Yeah, I was just making something fun.
Wow. So what now? Come on.
Well, like I said, number one, he's too big. Number two, he's heavy. And three, he might break the surfboard in half, and he'll take a tumble anyway.
How would you?
And it'd be a total wipeout.
How would you feel with Barney if Barney surfed in the 90s, like mid 90s?
Oh no.
And he done it all the time in the beach party in 2002 home video. You know what I mean? Makes sense. But
I see what you're saying.
Home video cassette. But not what you saw in the regular bodies. But oh my God, really? That joke? Man,
I know.
It's
all in good fun. It's all in good fun.
Good fun. Yeah.
Can't help it.
You cannot help it. Just how it makes sense. But how much you can.
Yeah. So
but how much you gonna do the whole backyard game videos? Just how much how I'm not gonna cost in the stream, but how the is this gonna work? How is it gonna serve in these backyard game videos? Why?
Who knows?
But and why is he with these 6 tiny kids? Like for example, Michael, Amy, Tina, Lucy, originally Jason at the time. There's Derek and then Adam. Why? I don't understand that. Why is he serving these kids on the beach? Jesus, man!
Who knows?
Oh my God!
No, and I think Luke is losing his mind right now.
Yeah, I'm losing it, man.
Yep, just like everybody takes a nosedive when they want to surf, and then it all goes downhill. And trying to do the surf game on TNC Surf Design, you're not going to get very far. The whole surf, and that's why I would suggest you do the skateboarding one, because at least it's all you're doing is you just speed up and you gotta jump from the obstacles and whatnot. So,
Oh
but I would
God.
much rather do that than just playing that surf game on that TNC Surf Designs game on the NES by LJN, the famous LJN. Yeah, that dusty cloud rainbow you do not want to touch.
No, you do not. Oh, and how these beggar game videos do want to do a skateboard? Why? Do not. How
I
why
don't
do you
know.
do that?
But we'll have to solve the mystery on another episode
Yeah,
because
that's on you
we're
fault,
not
Leo.
no private investigators.
Yeah, these are the scares. Yep. We have to
I
solve
mean,
the puzzle. Pat, excuse me.
yeah, because like I said, the three of us we're not private investigators, so we don't know for sure
Yeah, whatever.
unless if you see a flying turkey flying in the beach somewhere or the ocean.
Oh God.
And then you're gonna be thinking about eating a turkey, going to your grocery store and buy some delicious turkey, and then deep fry it
I'm not
on
playing
the deep fryer.
Super Mario Brothers 3 since by Billy Moody. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a question I'm gonna ask Chris and whatnot. And yeah, we're at 56 minutes into the stream. And speaking of Super Mario Brothers 3, here's a question for Chris Kennedy, and that is, what are your thoughts on Super Mario Brothers 3? So you can go ahead and we'll get to the to me doing a review of a movie I want to do. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's playing Super Mario Bros. 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Super Bowl 3. Yeah. Just imagine Super Bowl 3 and I don't know the Jeffers brothers or the Moody brothers. I don't know.
Well, I thought we could ask Chris about the one of your thoughts on Super Mario Bros. 3. And he's not. He's coming back. Why?
Yeah, he probably had to step out and whatnot.
Okay.
Well, we'll get his response afterwards.
We'll see.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're at 57 minutes into the stream, so yeah.
What was your question?
About your thoughts on Super Mario Bros. 3.
It was a wonderful game. I love that game. Best game ever in the series, along with the original.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and like I said, it was really revolutionary at the time. When it came out in February 1990. With a whole new area to explore and new power-ups and everything, from the Tanuki suit to the raccoon to be in a frog, and you don't want to kiss the frog because you never know what he has, but I digress. And of course, you got the hammer the hammer thorn suit, which you get in like Word 6, the ice land and whatnot, the ice word and whatnot.
Wow.
Where you get that power up suit where Mario throws out hammers as a projectile.
Mm-hmm.
That can kill the thwomps as well as killing Boom Boom instantly with one hit. You can't use it on the Koopa kids, but you can use it on Boom Boom, and he just goes down immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
And the game does have a lot of humor. Like I mentioned on the stream.
Uh-huh.
And as Billy said too. Because like I said, he was playing the Super Mario All Stars, which I used to have the Wii, the 25th anniversary one, and the Kirby Dream Collection. Because as you guys know, I'm a big Kirby fan, and that's why I wanted that, because they had so many great Kirby games and everything. Especially Kirby's Adventure on the NES, or Kirby's Dream Land, or Dream Land 2 being the pinnacle of one of the best games on the Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason I bought that. is for the classics.
Yes.
You know, especially Kirby's Adventure that came out in 1993, almost at the end of the NES, My God, we meant NES lifespan, not NES, NES.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did
Yeah,
one time in your 40th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers live stream
yeah,
one time.
which would be in 1.5 to 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, the Famicom came out in '83 and the NES came out in October of '85.
Yeah, we talked about that during the 25th anniversary live stream at the time,
Yep.
and my connection froze, on my laptop at the time,
Yep.
and I had to sign off because my connection.
Yeah, because of computer issues. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, whoa! I had to get my newest webcam for Christmas that year. I had to get that, and I had to reconnect to you. And it was a following Christmas of 2010 that I had to get you situated, and that was it. I had to call you on Skype at the time, and then that was basically it.
So, and like I said, so the bottom line is, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, Super Mario Bros. 3 stood the test of time. Because like I said, the first one, was groundbreaking at the time. It was one of the early launch titles.
Yeah.
And the third, and the second one is something that I know many people don't talk about, but it's actually a really good sequel. If you look at some of the things of the game, to make it accessible for everybody.
What makes sense because
And and doing the third one, it gave us a lot of new possibilities, and us gamers, we still play that still to this day.
Yeah.
Because it really revolution how you can make the game to be almost near perfect of a game and make it so unique that's going to stand the test of time. And 33 years later, the game is still being played by everybody. Especially if they're playing it, if they still have an NES system or they play it on Nintendo Switch Online, being able to play that and, with the rewind feature on the Switch Online. So, it gave us a lot of unique things for the time. And Super Mario Bros. 3 really stood the test of time with 17 million copies sold.
It makes sense to me, but yeah.
And of course, the game that beat Super Mario Bros. 3, it was a launch title for the Game Boy, which turned 34 this year, and that sold about 18 million copies. But it was a launch title rather than being a standalone. Well, it was a standalone, but it was actually a launch title with the Game Boy that came out on July 31st, which we did discuss on that theme. If you want to watch that, a link will be in the description.
Yeah, link in the description. Yeah, cannot wait for you to see it. And I want to talk about it on, let's just say, your gameplay. But coming to the React will be your 25th anniversary gameplays of the Super Mario Brothers. Coming to the React, we'll see what happens.
And like I said too, so some of the areas I like to go through in the game. Well, obviously, World 4 being the big island. I know Chris knows about having everything so giant and so big, and that was a really cool area.
Oh, yes.
Was everything, seeing the pipes big, seeing Goombas big, being so big and large, and the Koopa Troopas, the pipes, the blocks and everything, and the bricks.
It's called Tetris, everybody.
And that was, I tell you, I still like World 4 because it's big, gigantic, and everything. And that's what made it special was World 4.
World 4. I thought it was Tetris. I was close. Anyway.
No, it's not that.
Yeah, I'll show you.
And of course, World 2, the desert, because every Mario game has to have a desert level, and that's where Super Mario Bros. 2 came in with the introduction of a desert level. And it worked in that game, and it worked a lot more in Super Mario Bros. 3, and that's why I like the going through the desert levels in the game because it's really cool. And if some people don't like, areas, word sits, the ice area where it's slippery, or trying to, go through a pipe maze in Word 7. I know some people will either love or hate that area. But there is one level that's really cool, and I forgot to mention this on the stream, on Billy's stream. There's this one cool level in Word 7, and it's the fortress, the first one.
Yeah.
And instead of having enemies, you have nothing but blocks, and you have to hit that P switch. Not going to the bathroom, but the P switch, and then you hit that, and then all the blocks turn into gold. Gold coins, and you collect as many as you want within a certain time limit. And there's no enemies with the exception of Boom Boom at the end, and you have to find a pipe in order to clear the level. So yeah, it might be confusing, but it's a really cool level because I like to collect the coins. I don't care if the time runs out because I just want to collect the coins and everything. And that's what made that level really cool, and that's probably the coolest level. Because I know where the pipe is, and like I said, if you guys get stuck in it, I'm sure there's a YouTube video out there on how to get past that fortress in Word 7.
Yeah.
So it's simple. Well, I mean, it could be simple if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, then yeah, you may have to watch a YouTube video, try to get past that level. And I know that when Billy sometime gets to Word 7, he's probably going to be frustrated with one of the levels, including the fortress. Have to watch on YouTube, like, how do I get past this level? But only time will tell because, Billy, I mean, he doesn't really have the time to, really play through the entire game because it's a lengthy game. But it's a fun game in a unique way, and it still is a masterpiece to me. And it's and whenever I do a top whatever, it's always going to be at my number one. Because of the simplicity of what the game brought, and and the music and everything. And that was probably one of the most difficult things about the game was making the soundtrack because Kondo said that it was one of the most difficult things he's ever done. Of doing any video game music because he's a guy that brought us the Legend of Zelda music, the overworld map and the theme and whatnot. Super Mario Brothers so iconic, and Super Mario Brothers 2, and he's the most iconic composer out there. And whenever you hear a Super Mario Brothers theme music or anything like that, or Zelda when you go in the labyrinth, then you know instantly that that's Kondo. Right there at your fingertips. But yeah, and of course, Super Mario Bros. 3 did not have a title theme, but that was later in the Super Mario All Stars.
Yeah.
And I think Luke is out to get a thirst, get some orange juice because he needs a juicy juice in his life. To wet his whistle.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. He's gonna probably go to the beach and get some Hawaiian punch and bring it home with him.
That'll be cool.
Sorry, Lou, but I'm just saying, I mean, because I'm sure Luke's trying to go on a Easter egg hunt and try to find some Hawaiian punch. Instead of Kool-Aid, he'll probably have Hawaiian punch.
Exactly.
It's just like I said, and if he does buy cookies, make sure Cookie Monster don't come into your door because he'll want some, he'll steal some, and you have to push and shove for him to get out and like, dude, no more cookies for you,
I like the Hamburglar of cookies, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Lou will be back, everybody, because he's probably getting a thirst and or eating something or go to a movie theater and buy some popcorn and bring it home, and better yet, sprinkle on some pizza seasoning. Oh my God, you have the finest popcorn, pizza flavored popcorn, as I know he'll go gaga for that. He'll be drooling all over, like if a famous chef knocks on his door, is like, oh my God, I know who you are. And then he'll be jumping for joy and everything, just like that video I did on YouTube where he was just jumping up and down like a rabbit or a kangaroo, and that was probably one of the greatest videos I've ever done on my YouTube, my whole 13-year YouTube career. And seeing him bounce around like a rabbit, or a kangaroo, Because I think on that day when he was known as the Crazy Bunch 8, he was jumping up and down for joy, and at a different location in his house and whatnot, and that has to be one of the greatest moments. Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, Luke Jeffers is back from a thirsty minute.
No, you. Anyway, no. There's no thirsty minute. I was just hanging out with family,
Okay. Well, I hope I didn't bore you to death, Luke, on the whole Super Mario Brothers 3 thing.
No, you didn't bore me to death. I was just coming right back and say, I'll be right back. I need to hang out with family for a moment.
That I didn't hear, so I didn't hear that.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No.
But you're back now,
But I'm back, and I just need to spend time with family before I have to spend time with you. And Chris Kennedy.
Yeah. Oh, I know. But anyway, so that's Super Mario Brothers 3 and events and everything. And one of the greatest games out there. And now it's just okay. So
I gotta change my pen.
I have my 10 off too because
I'll do personal reasons.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have mine off because it's because number one, I'm not wearing a shirt, and you guys are not going to see me like that. But yeah, YouTube, I know.
Yeah, YouTube, we know.
But anyway, so that's the whole Super Mario Bros. 3 thing. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're at now in 12 minutes. I want to go ahead and do a review of a movie that I watched. And this movie is out right now on Apple TV / iTunes, and it's available wherever you want to buy your movie. From Google TV or the Microsoft Store. You can watch on the Xbox, or heck, you can even watch it on the Nintendo Switch if you want, especially the OLED. Though I don't recommend the $199 Switch because you know why. But anyway, yeah. So and I'll be getting this movie probably, well, like I said, 1 week from Friday. Not this Friday, but the other Friday, which will be a brand new month, by the way. Because like I said, because 2023 is halfway over, and we're up to our 8th month.
Oh man, my pants is not in fit anymore.
Oh gee. It's like, newsflash, everybody. Luke's pants is not holding up. What can we do to help him? That's coming away later tonight at the 11 o'clock news.
Oh God, you killed me, buddy.
Oh, I know. I'm just a bundle of joy. Making everybody laugh and everything. Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's tidy whities, I can understand. But anyway, I digress. No, but anyway, in all seriousness, so what I want to do, I want to talk about everybody, then we'll get into the meat and potatoes, and that is talk about Apple stuff that Luke just mentioned. And that is, I want to do a quick review, if you will, of the Disney Pixar's movie from 2023. No, it's not a box office bomb, so you guys I'm not saying to you two, but I'm saying to everybody out there to be quiet. Not saying it to you two. I want to be clear on that.
Oh God.
That way that way I'm not saying it to the both of you because you both didn't do anything wrong. But I'm just saying for everybody who keeps saying that, oh well, we missed it's just a box office bomb, and you're full of baloney. You know what I gotta say. You can take that to the bank, and and you can just go away and
Bye-bye.
and whatnot. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
And just shove it.
yeah. But anyway. And now that Luke's back and everything, and I said tidy whities, I don't know why, but anywho's, um, yeah.
Oh God.
So anyway, the movie, I know, Luke, I know it's I'm something else tonight. But anyway, the movie I want to go ahead and talk to you all about tonight is the newest Disney Pixar movie called Elemental.
Yeah.
And as you guys know, I'm a huge Disney Pixar fan, as you guys know, because um my all time favorite Disney Pixar movie is from 2008, and it's one of the best movies I've ever seen in my lifetime, and that is Wall-E.
Wow.
I love that movie to no end. It is one of the best movies out there. Wall-E, finding love of Eve and everything. And the movie is just so special and so iconic, and it's one of the best movies of the 2000s. And it was on Freeform last night. I wasn't able to watch it, but yeah, Wall-E is such an awesome movie.
On vacation,
Um,
my friend.
the ending credits and whatnot, you get to hear a song by Peter Gabriel,
Who also
who
sang Bay Pig in the City's Vow Do Pig, Vow Do at the time.
yeah.
Which is one of my favorite things from Bay Pig in the City movie at the time. But anyway.
But as I was saying, Wally, at the ending credits, you get to hear Peter Gabriel doing a song. Of course, if you guys don't know who he is, he was part of Genesis in the '70s, and then he moved on, to solo stuff. And he's well known for the song "Sledgehammer." If you guys know that song from 1986, but yeah, and yeah, so he did a song for the movie and everything. And yeah, so Wally is an awesome movie. I highly recommend you watch it. It's one of the best movies.
You watch that.
And if you disagree with me, then we need to talk one-on-one
Yeah.
on why you don't like that movie.
Yeah.
Because I think it's an excellent movie.
Before we get started on this thing, I branch out of that and focus on other movies. Because at the time, I haven't seen so much Pixar movies since Cars in 2006. When I first focused on Pixar, more than branch out of Pixar a moment, I want to focus on my own filmmaking company called LJP, to be called at the time, in 2007 till the present, And still to this day, I still have to experience the company. I love Elvis Club. I still love it to the day. And the Toy Story movies are my very first movies I've ever watched as a kid. Especially the two Bay movies,
Yeah.
Babe wanted to be Universal Pictures. And that's my first experience with Universal at the time. That was it. There you go. And it was a great experience to pick this thing like that. But go what you're saying about this movie, what you're talking about.
But anyway, back on topic. But yeah, so Elemental, I won't give out any spoilers, because I said the movie is already out now on digital, and it will be coming on Blu-ray on the 26th of September. Now, for those of you who want the 4K release, well, you may have to shop around because it might be a little tough to get the 4K version of it. Because you can get it at Walmart and Best Buy because they will have those available. But if you want it on Amazon, well, you may be out of luck because they're only going to have the Blu-ray copy of the film. That also gets you the DVD as well. So if you want the 4K, then you have to shop it somewhere else, or you have to be part of the Disney
or
Movie Club.
like for example, yeah. I mean, I was out of luck when I get it at Amazon, but I couldn't get it. I want to get it on a shop called Best Buy soon, but pretty soon I'll have to get it. But that's just me. When I was
But anyway,
Amazon,
so
Charleston, South Carolina. But anyway,
and like I said, Wood, I really think you will enjoy the movie. But only time will tell. When and if you're gonna watch it. Because like I just said, we'll wait till it comes on Disney Plus, and then and take the opportunity to enjoy and witness what the film's about. But I'm not gonna give out any spoilers.
no, you're
Um,
not. I just need to
but
watch it and
yeah,
and if I love it, I'll still what I can do. And hope in the future I'll have it make it happen during Boring Jokester. But it's a like dislike show I can do. It's kind of like the Jeff Critic, but a different format I can do. Jokes beside, no narration, no nothing. But no ratings, no nothing. Just a pranks to base on movies and TV shows and other things. Just like Blue's Clues jokes, recess jokes, and pepperoni jokes, but a different format that came up with. That's just me.
well, and that's why I'm gonna and I know that some people don't like me doing a disclaimer thing, but I do want to be clear about this.
Yes.
That what I say on the stream, everybody, is 100% my own and honesty and what I thought of the movie. Because you gotta have the emotion, you gotta have the excitement, you gotta have about friendship and everything, and those are the key elements of the movie or any other thing or an educational cartoon program. So I'm gonna be 100% honest, and they're gonna be my own, and because I did this on Vlog Weekly as well,
Yeah.
to be honest as much as I can.
Yours honest, mine was a prank thing.
Well, I know, but everybody has to enjoy the movie, because I don't want anybody to waste money on buying a movie, and then they either gonna say, yeah, I think I agree with you on this whole thing, or you kind of suck and I disagree with everything you say, and that sort of thing,
Yeah,
and that's what I'm trying to avoid.
yeah. Mine, on the other hand, will say, hello, guys. Lou Jerry speaking. Before we get to boring jokes, I'm going to say, if I messed up, I would say I apologize for what happened most in a few, whatever months it was, mostly because of what happened, yada, yada, yada thing. But the show must go on. But on the other hand, I was going to do Jeff Craig, but I decided to kill it off last year because of difficulties. And I decided to, in 2018, but in 2020, I was originally going to do Movie Theater Edition, but I made a new name called Sneak Peek Previews on YouTube, but my main channel. But there you go.
Well,
ratings thing, just like Jeff Craig Movie Theater Edition was a little different. There you go.
okay. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so my pros and cons of the movie. Well, the pro is it looks amazing, and if when you buy it in 4K Blu-ray, or you buy it on digital, that's if 4K is available, like on Microsoft Store or Apple TV. Well, I know Apple TV, you get that automatically on top of 1080p. But I think the movie is going to be, it looks awesome and everything, and I think it will look even better than ever in 4K for people who have 4K televisions and they want to play it on a 4K Blu-ray player, like a PS5 or any consumer 4K Blu-ray player that's not a PS5. You can easily find those, and like I said, the best experience, is probably seeing it in 4K and probably play it on a gaming machine that is selling like hotcakes right now, and that's the PS5.
Yeah.
But yeah, so overall, it's amazing. It looks amazing and everything, and I'm really impressed with it on the quality of it, and it's great. And the other thing I like of the movie, and like I said, because like I said, this is a kind of a love and trying to find love and romance, between the two characters, Amber and Wade,
Yeah,
with an E, not with an
water.
A,
Yeah,
because I get it mixed up. Yeah, and the whole element of can water and fire and water really, because if you see the poster, as of the hand gesture between Amber and Wade, and you see both of the thing and whatnot, that's in the poster, then you know that it's in the movie, trying to bond a friendship slash love, if you will. But things really don't go as planned. Like I said, I won't get into all the details. I don't want to spoil it.
no
But
spoiler.
yeah, Amber was really cool in the movie. Although she does kind of lose this, break steam, if you will, kind of break her character in a way. But she's a really cool character nonetheless, and everything like that.
Mhm.
And of course, the music is great, composed by Thomas Newman.
Yeah, who also
Um,
did Find Nemo and Find Dory, which I saw in Fears.
yeah,
Find Dory twice, and Find Nemo and Fears once in summer 2003. And I've seen and like I'm gonna say something about Find Nemo before I get back to emotional. I loved
mhm,
the movie, as a matter of fact, in 2003, and I
yeah,
gave
me
it a
too.
grade on Fears. I was only 8 at that time when I saw it, and on 7 getting close to be 8 at that time when I saw it in Fears. It was spawny when I first saw it, and my dad took me and my brother Morgan to see it. And let me tell you something. I have good friends. Me, my brother Morgan, and my dad went to have good friends and saw that movie. It was a great movie to saw. It was my very first Disney Pixar movie to see in theaters ever in my life. Period. And it was a great movie ever. And
Yeah.
see in theaters. The first one I want to watch a Pixar movie, it's Toy Story. But in theaters, Find Nemo. But that's just me.
So, but yeah, so that's that one, and I would say too, the story really, you know, goes along with the film and everything, and so that's pretty much of the pros and everything. As far as the cons are concerned, well, it might be a little too much, for the youngsters and everything, because this is a PG rated film.
Yeah.
The whole relationship and everything, that might be a bit too much, and the whole romance and everything. But yeah, it's still a family film that you can sit there and enjoy with the whole family and everything. But it might be a little bit intense, to understand what the story is, and it's because like I said, it's from the same guy that directed the movie that everybody doesn't think that it's a black sheep, if you will, of Pixar movies, and that's the Good Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Even though I haven't seen it yet.
Even though Pete Docter is the executive producer of the film,
Yes.
so but other than that, yeah. So overall, I really did this movie, and I cannot wait. To buy this movie on Apple TV, because, like I said, it's already out right now. It came out on August 15th. And as soon as I give me an Apple gift card, I will be buying that movie, and I'll be really happy to own that, and then I can watch it on the Apple TV app on the Xbox, or hopefully sometime soon, save my money and get me an iPad, which we're going to be talking about momentarily. Um, but yeah, so I'm definitely going to be buying this movie. Uh, next month because I really want this movie, and yeah, I'm gonna be getting it because I love cartoons and everything, as you guys know, and yeah, this is definitely a movie I'm gonna add to my iTunes library.
Yeah.
And because, like I said, when you buy something on iTunes or you buy something on Apple TV, well, pretty much iTunes for that reason. If you want Windows 10 on the old version of Mac OS, Mac OS 10 Mojave, which I can't get out of because I'm stuck.
You're stuck
Because my hard drive is trying to fail and whatnot.
failing,
Because
yeah,
it's a super old computer.
which is good enough for me. And
Well, I mean, I had it for so long, and it's gonna die sooner than later. Because it's like a dying horse, or dying whatever.
wow,
Can't keep up with everything I want it to do. But
yeah,
anyway, yeah. So
I'm updating
overall,
macOS soon in September or October.
yeah.
That matter. We'll see what happens. But in 2024, getting my Apple Vision Pro. Early 2024, that matter. We'll see what happens.
Well, like I said, it's gonna cost a lot, Luke. So you're gonna have to work an extra hours to get that.
It depends on my mom's schedule. We'll see what happens.
Because like I said, that's gonna be really expensive.
If she
I can't see anybody paying that much.
she told me I need to get this, and she agreed with me.
Well, like I said, I mean, save big on it because it is a really expensive thing, because I don't see people paying that much for virtual reality. I'm not into it, but I'm sure a lot of people out there are, but I'm just not one of them. Because the whole PlayStation VR thing, I really didn't care for it because it kind of, it's like going back to the Virtual Boy where it kind of, seeing red and whatnot, and you go colorblind, and I don't
Yeah.
want to be colorblind, because I want to see red. I don't want to see other colors.
I just really
But
at the time I really love. I don't want to be going. There's no sense of being red at that time. I want to get it so badly, but my eyes really wish want to be that close to that finger at that time frame. It really makes sense,
yeah,
So I really want to get it so bad, but it's going to be good enough. It's not going to be a commercial flop per se, like a Visual Boy.
well,
But I want to get it so bad.
like I said, the price point is something that but anyway, like I said, but yeah, folks, in general, I really loved Elemental, and it was an awesome movie,
Ooh,
and it's an amazing movie.
one more
Yeah,
Apple,
so go ahead.
one more Apple thing that I haven't mentioned during the Apple store, and that is the Apple Watch. Hang on,
Uh huh.
I forgot to mention Apple Watch in the stream, And when Apple Mickey Watch, I have this one time me emoji thing at that time frame, but when Mickey Mouse watch at the time back in January, I got this Mickey Mouse clock in the time frame. So when I got this on my 27th birthday, I got this and it's so good. But when I got this, easy. So there you go. At tops.
Well, I know a certain someone that I know, who don't live in the county and whatnot, but she has an Apple Watch, and I don't know if she's paying for it because I'm not gonna get into it on the stream, but her boyfriend left her and all that, so I don't think she's gonna be paying monthly payments on through Verizon, and paying however much a month, for the Apple Watch. So she may not have an Apple Watch anymore
No.
because of the whole breakup, but
The reason
or having an
why
iPhone for that matter.
I mean, I had this Apple Watch a year ago, and it's still good. So I have this thing for like over a year, and it's still good to this day. I updated this Apple Watch. I have phone number, which is probably a no-no, which I won't talk about. But
Yeah.
it's probably a good, and I had some spam calls, which I won't mention in the stream.
Yeah, and yeah, we're getting a lot of spam calls and everything. And like I said, if you see the spam thing, just don't answer it.
Don't answer it. But the thing is, I do call on FaceTime with my
Yeah.
parents. That was it.
Well, like I said, I mean, if you paid the Apple Watch, full price, then yeah, you get to keep it. But but like I said, paying it monthly payments, if you miss one payment, then you have to take it back. So that's
No,
that's one of the things too.
I did not get screwed on this Apple Watch. That's a good thing. Oh, I don't want to do that past thing. But
Well,
it makes more sense. My Apple Watch. There you go.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, in the whole monthly payments thing, because if it because there's options, whether paying it full price or do it in a monthly payment installment.
Yeah, there's no monthly payment installment at the time. I just got it from a keep it one-time payments. That was that.
Well, yeah, and I'm just saying, if you pay the full price, then yeah, you won't have to pay monthly installments, and you get to keep it, and you won't have to return it, because that's one of the pitfalls of doing the whole monthly installment plan. Because if you don't pay it just one time, then yeah, you have to take it back. But if you pay it in full and you don't do the whole monthly installment thing, then yeah, you have nothing to worry about.
I have nothing to worry about, and this is what this Apple Watch does look like. So there you go.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so to close out this review, yeah, this movie is awesome, and I loved it, and I won't give it away in the ending, but the ending, it wants to break your heart and everything, and the parents and everything. At the end of the scene. But like I said, I won't get into that. But yeah, but otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, this movie is not an box office bomb. This is a movie I would highly recommend you watch it. If you're a Disney Pixar fan, you need to check this out, because I'm going to say this for me personally. I'm going to say this personally. I like this film better than I do with Turning Red. And I know that's going to be a controversial thing for me to say, but I really liked and I really enjoyed Elemental more than I do with Turning Red.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just me personally, and I'm not, telling you guys lies and everything, but I'm being completely honest, and I'm going to, keep that honesty and everything, because like I said, I enjoyed this movie a lot. And yeah, so I give it a 5 out of 5, and it's an awesome movie, and I really enjoyed it, and it was amazing, and I can't wait to buy this movie on Apple TV/iTunes. I'm so buying it because it's a great movie for this year. Because I know that this year has been kind of lacking in animation, with the exception, well, except for the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which did extremely well. But, that's not really the point. What I'm saying is that, yeah, the movie had a rough start on Rotten Tomatoes, and now it's certified fresh, at 73, 74%. So, and the movie's made $400 million. So, and I think this movie's going to do really well on in terms of Blu-ray, although it's going to be really tough to get the 4K Blu-ray copy. Unless if you are a member of the Disney Movie Club, or you want to find it elsewhere that you can get a 4K copy.
Yeah. Okay.
For people who own a PS5, that want to be able to play 4K Blu-ray movies, then yeah, they're going to look elsewhere. So that's probably the one mistake on Disney's part, is having a 4K Blu-ray release to be only available for Disney Movie Club. That doesn't make sense to me, but like I said, if you buy it on iTunes/Apple TV, you do get the 4K automatically alongside with 1080p. and then you can watch it on any device that does 4K or anything like that. So
Makes sense.
there you guys go. That's my 100% honest review of Disney Pixar's Elemental that I wanted to share with you all tonight on the podcast.
Yeah,
Um,
fine.
so there you go on that. So now, ladies and gentlemen, and yes, guys, I'm going to be ending the stream because, like I said, it's not going to be a super long stream like I've been doing the past 2 streams and everything. So we're gonna go straight into the theme, and we're not gonna go through do a history lesson of Apple because you guys know who Apple is. Because they've been around since 1976. On April Fools, and they've been doing it ever since then. So you guys know what Apple is, so it needs no introduction. Other than the fact that I'm gonna have to get me an iPad, and I will be getting an iPad to save up for, because unlike Luke who has an iPad Pro, me on the other hand, I'm gonna have to settle with the iPad 10 because it's an entry level and it does so many things at the price point. Now it is a bit on the pricey side. That's my only con, is that it's way too pricey for an entry level. But the stuff you can do in it on the iPad, you can do pretty much what you want to do.
Makes sense.
Especially having a desktop class web browser, Safari,
Yeah.
or you can use any other web browser. It's really up to you. But having a desktop class Safari, like you have on the Mac, it really does change the game on how you browse the web and everything. Because like I said, Safari on the iPad, because like I said, when there was Safari on the iPad back in 2010, you weren't able to download anything or do anything for that matter until like iPad OS 13 or 14 that give you the ability to download stuff on Safari because it has a download manager, and that was new to the iPad because the iPad never had the download capability. But until that big announcement, then you can now download stuff from Safari. I'm not sure about the other web browsers because I try to look on Edge and Firefox,
Wow.
and I don't know if they have anything like that. But Safari has a download manager, and again, it's a first for the iPad. Something that you couldn't do before, and now you can. And of course, the iPad has a file management system that needed it so bad. And people are like, well, you're going to do something about the file manager app. And they did. And now where we're all today with iPad OS 17, a lot of new features and the features that everybody enjoys. Especially the ability to plug in an SSD to it or a memory card via the dock. It makes the iPad much more usable than ever before, and hopefully these developers can take notice on those features. By plugging in a portable SSD or a memory card, a Class 10 memory card, or anything for that matter, and be able to enjoy the content on the iPad. Because, iPad 10 has very little storage at 64 gigabytes, although you could get 256, but that's like $600. So I'm probably going to just get a 64 gig. I know it's not enough memory for me, and I'll be kind of screwed. But, I'm just going to say that, hey, I got an iPad, and the first one, never owned one, and I almost own an iPad at AT&T, but I'm kind of upset, and I wished I can go back in time and I want this instead, and I probably would not take it home with me because I probably would have gotten screwed.
Yeah.
But that's a whole different topic. But so the iPad 10 is the current iPad right now. which starts at $449, but you can usually get it on sale when it's on sale all the time on Amazon or anything like that. But like I said, by the time the stream is over, then yeah, the prices do vary and it will go up and down. Just like the stock market and everything. But
Yeah.
but anyway, oh my God, I got I need my throat's getting dry and I'm trying to get the mucus up and it's not going away. Excuse me. But anyway, there now it's cleared.
Okay.
I know you. But anyway, but yeah. So iPad 10, you know, I know it's confusing and whatnot, because Apple Pencil does work, but only the first one. And since there's no Lightning port anymore, you have to buy that little weird dongle, and it's gonna make it more ridiculous and everything. So some people don't like that, and I'm not really gonna get the Apple Pencil because I'm gonna just use it for what I want to do on the iPad. Do Apple Arcade, or watch a YouTube video, or watch live TV, like Spectrum. I know, or just doing something with it and have fun with it. So that's what I'm going to use the iPad for because media consumption is one of the best things you can do on an iPad, and that's media consumption. And of course, Apple Arcade. We can't forget about Apple Arcade as well. So that's going to be one of the big things, and why I want to use an iPad is because, like I said, the A14 Bionic chip would be capable enough to do Apple Arcade. So, I mean, because like I said, even on the entry level iPad, you can still do things, and it would unlock for you the ability to play the games you want to play on an entry level. So if you don't have the iPad Pro like Luke does, then yeah, you can still game on an iPad 10 on an entry level because you'll be able to game with it. Play Asphalt 9 racing game. Or any of the games you can play on the App Store or the games on Apple Arcade. Because there is one game I want to play so bad on the Apple Arcade, and I know it's going to be funny to everybody who's watching this stream, and I know you guys are going to laugh at me, but hey, the game I'm talking about is Hello Kitty, that adventure game that's on Apple Arcade.
Yes.
Because like I said, Hello Kitty, they make some video games too, especially the one game on Famicom that was like Balloon Kid and whatnot. But like I said, I discussed that on the Game Boy section or the site, man. If you want to see that.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a new Hello Kitty game, and it's on Apple Arcade, and it's playable across every Apple device. We're talking Macs, we're talking Apple TV. Yeah, Luke, go ahead.
I would say it makes sense, but anyway, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, as I was saying, Mac, iPhone, iPad, Apple TV. So you can play. Okay, so the name of the game is Hello Kitty Island Adventure, which is a game that I really want to play. Now I know that it's silly, guys. 34-year-old playing Hello Kitty. Well, you know what? If I get an iPad and I do the subscription to Apple Arcade, that's exactly what I'm going to be playing because I want to play a game that I know I'm going to enjoy, and also play it with the best controllers that you can use with this Apple device. And Luke's going to love this for the fact that you can use a PS5 controller with this, or you can use an Xbox Series controller, which I have. I have two of them. One for Android and other things, and one that came with the Xbox Series S. That I have. But and like I said, a PS5 controller will also work with it because it does say on the website that you can use it on Apple devices, and it's really simple to pair a PS5 controller on an iPad or an Apple TV. Because like I said, Apple TV would be great for playing Apple Arcade games on a big 43-inch TV or a 50-inch TV or a 65-inch TV if you can carry it, because it's as big as a dinosaur Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, it's gonna breathe fire or spit out something, and you go crashing down for the 10 count, like it's a boxing arena.
Sorry, makes you kill me, buddy.
Oh, I know, Luke. I know. But I know that was the point I was trying to get with the joke. But anyway. Yeah, so this game is really cool, and I really want to check it out. Because like I said, that's why people have an iPad, especially if they have the iPad Air or the iPad 10th generation iPad. Because, by the way, I do like the new design in iPad 10. That's probably the thing I really like the most of the iPad 10th gen is the new design. Because they got rid of the home button, which is a plus. And instead of having the camera on the portrait, it's now in landscape. So if you're doing a Discord chat or a Zoom meeting, then yeah, having that camera in landscape really makes a difference.
Okay.
And it's also the first iPad that not only has a landscape camera, but when you turn on the iPad and you see that Apple logo, instead of seeing it in portrait mode, you now see it in landscape for the very first time. And that means you can use it in landscape and you can use it to your heart's content, because if that Apple logo is not in the landscape mode, but it's in the portrait, then you know that it's only for portrait. But this iPad, the Apple logo shows up in landscape, just like you would on a Mac Mini. When you boot up a Mac Mini, you see the Apple logo, then it's totally landscape. So this makes the first iPad to have the Apple logo when you boot it up into landscape mode.
Yeah.
And that to me is a huge win, because if you're watching a movie or you're playing a game and you have to put it in landscape mode, then yeah, it makes a lot of sense for Apple to have that. Hopefully they'll do it with the future iPads, taking the ability of making a tablet landscape instead of doing the whole portrait thing. Because if you're playing a game that requires landscape, then yeah, and then make a tablet with landscape capability, instead of using it in the portrait. Unless if you're playing a game that uses portrait, like Slinger Supreme or Wordbird or any game that has portrait in mind. But
games on two of those shows on my main channel. I was usually doing it on a single show in 2020s, but due to COVID restrictions, I was not going to do it. Especially Wordbird Wednesday shows, but I couldn't do it anyway. I started posting
yeah. All right. And
2024. Anyway.
Okay. Sorry about that. But yeah, and I was saying too, and for certain games on Apple Arcade, the way it was meant to be played, like on a Nintendo Switch or what have you, is playing it in the landscape. So you put the iPad into a tablet stand and pair it with your favorite controller, like a PS5 or an Xbox, and start gaming on the iPad, especially the 10th gen. And that's one of the things I like about the iPad, is that even on the entry level, it gives you a lot of things. It gives you a lot of value, and you'll be able to play the games you want to play, all thanks to that A14 Bionic. So it's not like you're being left out in the dust. Meaning that if you want to play an Apple Arcade game, you would have to get the iPad Air with the M1 or M2, or the iPad Pro with the M1 or M2. And no, you really don't need to get either one, because if you just want to play a game, and because the A14 is capable of playing any game that you want to play on the App Store or on the Apple Arcade. because the iPad to me is a serious gaming device.
Mhm.
For playing games on an iPad. Because like I said, if you look at in July 1989, Nintendo brought us an idea that we want to take gaming on the go, and that's where the Game Boy really shined back in 1989.
Yeah.
With the Game Boy and being able to play Tetris on the go, or
Mhm.
having a Super Mario adventure on the go, having an adventure with Mario on the go, is something that we still thought that it would never happen, and it did. With the likes of Super Mario Land and Tetris and the sequel, obviously, or even Donkey Kong, my favorite game, or Donkey Kong Land. But what I'm saying is, playing the whole library of Game Boy games on a world trip. Because like I said, so you can really much thank the Game Boy for having this portable gaming, everywhere. And now the iPad is a serious competitor when it comes to
Yeah.
playing games. Because
Uh,
there's Apple Arcade, which is great and everything. Now it's not as good as getting a Game Pass on Xbox or anything, but Apple Arcade has some quality games you can play. You can try it out. And I really want to do Apple Arcade because there's some games I want to play, like the new Hello Kitty game,
mhm.
as well as some other games too, like that Marble It Up game, or that Marble game that I that's out on Xbox right now. That new one that I have to get because I don't have it right now. I don't have the money. I think it's called Marble It Up, but yeah, that game, the racing, kind of like Marble Madness, if you will. If
Yeah.
you guys remember Marble Madness,
Oh
you
yes.
know how crazy that game is.
Yep.
Especially the NES version, with David Wise composing the soundtrack.
Wow.
You
Okay.
know,
Yep.
and the game is short, but like I said, the difficulty does ramp up, especially when you get to like the silly race, or it's wrong kind of thing, or you get to the ultimate race. And how frustrating that is,
Yeah.
especially at the very end. And I
As
know Chris knows that.
I know we're not watching do cover reasons, but I was watching this meme on Mimi
It's
Nemo
kind of
reaction to the fan. But anyway,
it's kind
yeah,
of intimidating.
yeah,
And I know Chris can relate to that. That
Yeah.
final level of Marble Madness.
Uh-huh.
well,
Like, ah. Yeah.
You know, or in Battletoads, if you beat the Turbo Tunnel, then yeah, I mean, good for you. If not, well, you're still not going to beat the Turbo Tunnel, and you're
I
going to
heard
throw that
that
cartridge out the
story.
window, and you're gonna throw it out in the ocean and let the sharks eat it.
Hey, I heard of that story
You
before.
know, just like an LJN game, like Friday the 13th. I'll be glad to take that game and throw it out the ocean.
Yeah,
But I
Joe.
hate that game. And I still do. I don't like that game. But anyway,
Still about
um,
next.
oh, that game is awful. I would much rather play Nightmare on Elm Street than that garbage, because at least that game's playable.
Gotcha.
You know. But yeah, Friday
Cool.
the 13th video game by LGN and Atlas. Yeah, that game's trash. Um, anyway, yeah. So playing a game on the iPad is simple and everything. And I know that Luke's being bored with me talking about the iPad, but iPad is such a revolutionary product from Apple. Came out in 2010.
uh huh,
And and I'm glad they didn't do no netbooks, because that was not the right strategy, because netbooks were kind of slow and buggy and
Mhm.
slow as molasses, and it's like a snail, and if the snail can't keep up, then you just won't have a choice but to kill it and stomp it with your shoe, and just
yeah,
kill the snail, because it's not keeping up with what you want to do. So But like I said, iPads. Everybody uses an iPad once in their lives, and when I get one, and when it's on sale, and I won't be paying the $449 price tag when it goes on sale, then yeah, I'm gonna be enjoying it and enjoy a lot of things that the iPad has to offer. Because one of the things I do want to try of the iPad 10 is Keynote on the iPad. So I
Yeah.
really want to see how it is on the iPad
Yeah.
and see what it can really do for me. Creating a Keynote presentation on the device and see if it's gonna be the one to use, because that would be the closest thing. If you ever want to run Apple Keynote software and you don't want to buy another Mac, then that might be the closest thing ever as an iPad. To use Apple Keynote app. As part of the iWorks package. Um, but so that's one. The the Keynote app, but just to see how the desktop class Safari works on the iPad. Because I want to see it for myself. Because like I said, if you walk into a Walmart or a Best Buy, pretty much Best Buy. I mean, if you hate Walmart, then I can understand because I can feel your pain. But walking into a Best Buy and seeing the iPads on display, and you'd be so amazed and everything when you feel it, and touch it and everything, and interact with the operating system.
Uh-huh.
That you're gonna be sucked right in and enjoy the Apple goodness of the iPad, and Luke's been part of the iPad family ever since he gotten a first iPad.
Yeah.
I gotta take a sip because my fork's dry.
Wow.
Because it's like as dry as a horse, and I'm blaming somebody for it. Me. And whoever invented laryngitis, I'm gonna come after you.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's like it's like a donkey. Yeah, it's like a stubborn donkey.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think I took care of that now.
So good now. Yeah.
But
Exactly.
anyway,
Anyway, I'm gonna mute this while I'm waiting for this dude copyright. I'll be right there with you.
yeah, I know. But as I was saying, Luke having an iPad ever since he gotten the first iPad in his entire career. Because I almost got an iPad and I got the phone instead, the Samsung Galaxy S5 that I bought at AT&T, because AT&T had an iPad and I really wanted it, but if I would have gotten that, I probably would not be able to get it, and I probably wouldn't be able to take it home, and I probably would have not been a happy camper. So that's why I went with the phone instead. But like I said, I'm going to save my money, give me an iPad 10, and heck, whenever I do get an iPad, I will do I will do a video of it on my YouTube channel for you all to see the unboxing experience.
Yep.
Of the iPad 10th generation.
Cool.
And I know that when Luke sees it, he's gonna be jumping for joy and be bouncing around apples around like a circus clown, throwing apples, one by one, and then when the apple hits him on the head, then he's gonna be falling asleep and he's gonna be going night night. And we'll be like 99 sweet prince. But it's a clown.
Yeah. Actually, the video is not letting me download a thing, but it's just the thing is, it lets me give up a second for some reason. But yeah, iTunes Studio, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But anyway.
So you see, folks, it's like I said, iPads, they're very useful in everything in everyday life. People buy one, because they want the excitement and they want, be able to, media consumption, and whatnot, or playing a game on Apple Arcade, or doing productivity work, or or talking to friends like on Discord or Zoom or anything for that matter, or even FaceTime. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole lot of possibilities you can do on an iPad that you can't do on other devices.
Yes.
So it makes the iPad more personal to you
Mhm.
and how you want to use the iPad. Because like I said, for me, I'm going to use it for media consumption
Mhm.
and for Apple Arcade because I want to be able to play a game. And because like I said, I do plan on getting a PS5 controller because that's the thing too. Getting a PS5 controller, um, and get this little adapter thing for the PS2. So that way, when I do get a PS2 Slim, all I gotta do is buy that adapter from Amazon, and when it comes, plug it in, use any controller I want, and start playing my favorite PS2 games again. Like Need for Speed Opposite 2, or the one game that I really want, and I'm gonna have to tell her about it after I get done with the stream because this is it's a motorbike game, and I really want to get this game because it's
Mhm.
one of my favorite games from EA, the same company that. And like I said, this game came out the same year as Need for Speed Opposite 2. That came out 21, 22 years ago, and it's still one of the best racing games out there. Uh, the PS2 version, not the Xbox. The Xbox version sucks, and the GameCube one sucks too,
Makes sense.
because those are not by EA Canada. The definitive Need for Speed Opposite 2 is the one made by the team in Canada, not the one in Seattle. The one in Seattle they did a terrible job, but
Yeah.
the one by Canada called Black Box, they made the game definitive, and why people bought the PS2 version of the game rather than the other versions, because EA Seattle didn't do a good job, but Black Box did, and that's
Mhm.
why I can say this: I can 10,000 bazillion% that people will get the PS2 version and play that one instead of the Xbox version. Because I played the Xbox version. It's good. It's okay, but it's nowhere as good as the PS2 version. The PS2 version blows away the Xbox version
Oh.
because that one's by EA Seattle and this one is by Black Box, which is based in Canada. So obviously, the Canada one, made by Canada, is much better than the one in Seattle.
Mhm.
So that's just me.
Mhm.
So anyway, but yeah, and like I said too, being able to pair a PS5 controller with it or an Xbox, that's gonna make Luke happy whenever he gets a PS5 controller. Is pair the controller on the iPad, and he'll be able to enjoy games on that if he wants to. I mean, he doesn't really have to, but I'm just saying, because like I said, Apple devices and PlayStation 5 really do go well together. It's like
Yeah.
PB and J kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Luke. I'm not making fun of the allergies thing because that's not what I want to do on the stream. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying it's like a mixture of bread and butter, or PB and J, or peanut butter and chocolate.
Except for the fact I love
You
PB&J
know.
software, not the food. The show
Well,
I watch Disney. But anyway.
yeah, I know, because of the allergies, and I get that. Same with me and oranges and pineapple and any kind of citrus fruits or eggs for that matter. But anyway, um, but yeah, and of course in education, the iPad is really huge in education as well. Schools uses it. Because back in the day in 1998, 99, when they have the iMac G3, that was in a lot of schools, and I remember using an iMac G3 at a school that I went to, an elementary school. And I used it, and I thought it was the coolest thing. It was really nice. The colors were gorgeous. Although that hockey puck mouse did not stand out, and that needed to. And I'm sorry, Steve Jobs, but the late Steve Jobs, that hockey puck needs to go in favor of something that everybody wants, and that's being able to have a mouse that you do the left click and right click. That's easy to use.
Wow.
Instead of this hockey puck thing, like you're the Mighty Ducks scoring a goal in a hockey game. No, we don't want that, Apple. We want a mouse that everybody's familiar with, with left click, right click, and not this hockey puck thing where you try and strain your fingers a bit, like, oh, where's the left button? Where's the the right button?
Yeah.
And if you have giant hands like a gorilla, like Donkey Kong, forget about it.
Forget
Because
about it.
you end up breaking the thing, and Apple's like, what did you do to our mouse?
What
You
is
killed
all
it.
about? Yeah, exactly.
You killed the mouse. Because you broke it. Because you got fat fingers.
Yeah, fat fingers. Yeah.
But, so, anywho's, ladies and gentlemen, again, we won't go into everything Apple because I really don't want to do that. But anyway, yeah, so iPad 10, and whenever I do get an iPad, I'll do an unboxing like I do. And I know that Luke will be happy about me having an iPad and not having, at least the ability for me saying, well, hey, guess what, Luke, I have an iPad too, just like you. But other than that, it's just the entry level iPad and not the iPad Pro or the iPad Air.
Wow.
And cool. I'm glad you got the iPad 10, and I hope it works out for you. And I am sure it will, because I'll be using it for media consumption, Apple Arcade. Watching live TV on it, watching stuff that I buy on iTunes and watch it on that. It's gonna be great. Now, what's not gonna be great is having 64 gigabytes of storage, and I really want more. But it's just whatever they have and whatever you can get, I guess. I mean, that's probably the biggest limitation is saving up the money and try to figure out which one you want, and that's going to be a whole different story when it comes to that. But anywho's, yeah, so that's the whole iPad thing. And tablets for that general, because we're not going to talk about Android tablets or anything, just strictly talk about Apple tablets, especially the iPad, and that was the theme for tonight's stream. And I don't know what the next theme's going to be, but I'll come up with something hopefully, and all that stuff. Because if it goes over 9,000, then yeah, you're gonna explode into a million pieces because you'd be consuming so much power. I'm like, oh my god! And then once you go over 9,000 million, like Luke says, then yeah, you're just gonna blow up in millions of pieces, and then you're not gonna be there anymore. But that's that. So, but anyway, guys, I think that's all I have for you all tonight on BPT's mini podcast extravaganza for August 20th. And again, happy birthday to Billy. Like I said, happy 29th to Billy Moody. Because we were on the stream, and I know that Luke know that Billy had a great time doing the stream and everything, and busting his butt and everything, and everything. So we wish him a happy birthday. The former co-host of TD Pit Live,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like I said, Chris Candy is the co-host of TD Pit Live.
Thank you.
And everything. So yeah. So thank you, Billy, for reviving TD Pit Live, because it was something that we really needed to do to bring to have the show to breathe a new life of the game show.
Yeah.
And that's where it all began.
To Billy to be a co-host of my Friday show with
Yeah.
my Friday show for the past nearly 400 episodes and nearly 10 seasons of FBL. It's going to be 10 seasons this October. Be look out for it, guys. And it'll be new time this Friday, October 6th, around 4 p.m. Be look out for it, guys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
And I know that and I know that Billy will be part of that stream, and hopefully he goes by the rules and everything, to not be chatterbots and interrupt people and everything. But
No.
I don't think he does it intentionally. He just wants to get something off his chest and everything,
You know
and I
something?
can understand that.
Going on and on to make me feel like taking a
Yeah.
break. And I couldn't take a break. And I want to do that because I want to watch a Smosh video or anything. And he does a kickoff show. That's not a kickoff show, Billy. I want to take a
Yeah.
break and focus on my health and redeem myself rather than a kickoff show. You know what I mean? That makes sense to you,
Uh-huh.
Billy? That makes sense. Yeah.
But other than that, though, again, happy 29th birthday to Billy, and hopefully he had a great day. Eating the birthday cake and them some, and hopefully he'll give Mr. Bucket a piece of his mind and everything, and I'm sure he will.
I'm sure he will, folks.
I mean, if he has a sledgehammer, he knows what to do with it.
Mhm.
But yeah, I digress. But
I agree, folks. I agree.
and if Bonnie ever shows up, Billy will get his revenge on Bonnie for tripping him over on FWL episode streams. Get his revenge on Bonnie.
Mhm.
And I put my PC to sleep or shut down or whatever. So yeah, so 99 PC. More work tomorrow on the PC side, and of course, Summer Jam Party 23 is tomorrow. So it's gonna be pretty busy. And now with her being home,
Mhm.
that's even going to be more challenging. But hopefully, I can overcome those challenges because this is a big event, a big music event, and I'll be tagging along with my good friends tomorrow at the radio show. We're gonna have great performances as always.
Yep.
2 hour show until September 1st, and so yeah, so lots of stuff in store for me for tomorrow and all that other stuff.
Yeah. I was gonna say right here to Disney, but anyway.
No. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, and yes, and of course on the home thing on my Xbox Series S on the home screen, I actually added Wheel of Fortune to the home, and then if I want to play the game, I just go down to the new design interface and whatnot, and then tap on the game or press A to start Wheel of Fortune, and I can play that game from the home screen. And what's nice too about the iPad before we close out, one of the nice things about having an iPad 10 or any iPad model and whatnot is if you have an Xbox system like a Series S or X and you want to be able to do a remote play, it's really easy to do on the iPad. You got to sign in with your Microsoft account, and set up all this stuff in order to get it to work. And once you do, you go on the Xbox app and you do remote play, and it'll find the Xbox, and from there, you get the whole Xbox experience on the iPad. Well, with the except that you can't go on the Microsoft Store because you have to do that on the system itself. But you can play any game on the Xbox, including Game Pass, because I am a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, which is awesome. Even though it's $16.99 a month now instead of $14.99 a month, and I'm upset about that because it's expensive. But like I said, I bought I have 6 months of Game Pass, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna have to get another 6 months because like I said, yeah. And by the way, if you guys want to find out where you can get the cheapest Xbox Game Pass thing, well, I'll be sure to add that in the link below and everything. But as I was saying, have that remote play on, and turn your iPad Pro 11-inch or whatever, and turn that into an Xbox that you'll be able to play certain games on. So, for example, Wheel of Fortune on the Xbox Series S and X, as well as Xbox One. If you want to play it on the iPad, it's simple. You take your Xbox controller. Yeah. Tell us how it works, Remus. Well, it's simple. All you gotta do is you find the game you want to play, you press the A button, and then boom, the game loads up. Well, actually, no. You have to go onto this little thing, you push play like a VCR. Boom, you got Wheel of Fortune right there. How about that, folks?
How about that, folks? Yep.
Yeah, that's my whole late John Madden thing.
Wow.
I know. It's I just had to do it for the stream. I know that was entertaining. I know
That was
Chris enjoyed
entertaining,
that
folks.
too.
Yep.
So anyway, but in all seriousness, if you want to load Wheel of Fortune, the Xbox version, on the iPad, you just use the Xbox Series controller, press the A button, and then play it. And I believe you can play the entire game of Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy right on the iPad using the Xbox app, and it would be a great way to play the game right on the iPad, on an 11-inch iPad Pro, or even on the entry level iPad 10, and you'll be able to do that. Because, like I said, certain games will work with it. Not all of them do, but I know that this game that I'm going to be playing after this stream, because this game is amazing. It looks beautiful, which is Forza Horizon 5, and I've been enjoying that game and whatnot. So you can play Forza Horizon 5 on the iPad with this app. And I know another game you can do on the iPad. I think you can. I think the Tetris one you can, but I have to buy it because it's not on Game Pass anymore.
Wow. Okay.
But another game I know will work on the Xbox Remote Play app on the app, that is, and that is the Disney Afternoon Collection that I bought when it was on sale, and I bought it on the Microsoft Store. And the reason I bought this game is just so I can play Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, and of course DuckTales, and no, not Duck Tits, but DuckTales and everything.
Wow.
And play these Disney Afternoon TV shows, and play them, and play the game on here. Because like I said, this is a very old game. It's from 2017, and it's still available on PlayStation and Microsoft. Never came out on the Switch. I don't know why it never came out on the Switch. I don't know why Capcom thought it was a good idea, to not have it on the Switch. But yeah, so you got the games on here, and you can play these on the iPad as well with that app. So you got DuckTales, obviously, from 1989, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers from 1990. This is one of my favorite games. That's why I purchased this game on the Microsoft Store, just so I can play Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Because that game is awesome. And then, of course, you got Tailspin. And you got Darkwing Duck, which I used to have and whatnot, and the sequels. This is probably the reason why you buy this collection, is for the sequels. Because if you didn't have original NES copies of these games, yeah, because like I said, these games came out so late in the NES life cycle. DuckTales 2 in 1993, and the last Disney Capcom game on the NES, and the last one, to be precise, and that is Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 2, which I have played, and it's really good. Not as good as the first one, but still a solid two-player game. And of course, who can't forget about DuckTales, the 1989 one, especially the Moon theme. And I know that that's one of Chris's favorite songs in that game, is the Moon song. And it's one of my favorites too, especially the DuckTales remastered. Oh my God, that guy, that Jay Kaufman, he did an excellent job on making that Moon song so epic on that DuckTales remastered. It is a masterpiece, and I love it. It's awesome. But anyway, yeah. So I won't be playing that tonight. But what I will be playing after the stream is some Forza Horizon 5, and that's washing my car on the lake, and hopefully my Toyota don't get flooded. I'm glad it's not an Acura, because if it was an Acura, Luke would be crying right now. But yeah, so I'm
Wow.
just sitting there on the beach, and I got water and whatnot, and my car is nice and shiny, even though there's some damage and whatnot, which I'm not happy about. But yeah, so I see. Whoa, what the heck? It flashed white, and then it went dark all of a sudden. Like, what the heck's going on? Are you blinding me, game? What is this? I mean, come on now. Don't do that to me. Don't make me blind, Xbox. Okay, come on now, because it's a gorgeous game. Don't blind me to death. Anyway, so yeah, so I'll be playing Forza Horizon 5, whatnot, and I know that Luke will be going to bed soon, and all that other jazz. So anyway, guys, that's gonna do it on this amazing episode of BPT's Mini Podcast Extravaganza for August 20th, 2023. And this was a heck of a show. We talked about a lot of things, made some fart jokes along the way, and me going over Elemental movie review and Luke's story of the Apple thing and everything. So it was a lot of fun. So we want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Like I said, if you enjoy what you see, well, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. And if you do, I appreciate it very much, and I thank you for it. 13 years and going and whatnot. Because, like I said, I'm getting there to 200 subscribers. So thank you guys for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. And I'm not trying to be a copycat to Brandon Martin and everything. So, but what I will say is, if you want to see whenever I have a new video uploaded or a live stream for that matter, do me a favor and hit that notification bell icon, so that way you know that whenever I go live or add a new video when I do a premiere, then you won't miss a thing.
Yeah.
It's that simple, folks. I mean, it's easy peasy. It's so easy. Even a caveman can make a pizza.
Yeah,
Why in his own backyard?
Exactly.
You using a pizza oven that's like 700 degrees.
It's just some folks.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Because like I said, and then you make that pizza out of a Pac-Man. There, we're gonna have some beef. But anyway, yeah. So there you guys go on that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream and all that jazz. So you can find me. I'm all over the place. You can find all that down in the description below, where you can find me and everything, because it's too much to list. Of course, site123.me. You can find my blog, and you can also find Retro Media Vision. He's all over as well on YouTube and on the blog as well.
Yeah, we're gonna end the stream there, boy.
Sorry, Andrew. But yeah. So anyway, So welcome, So we're gonna be wrapping up the stream. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, wow, I got 2 viewers. Thank you guys. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you check out Retro Media Vision blog and whatnot, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. And once again, hit that notification bell. And like I said, listen to Christianity Plays His Hits on Spotify and Apple Music and all the other places. So that way you can enjoy songs like Walkman Beat or The Conga, or many other songs you want to listen to, or maybe a song that you haven't even heard of yet. You want to discover it, well, you'll be able to do so on those streaming platforms, and give it a listen. Because once you hear Walkman Beat, you know that it'd be a nostalgia of the whole Pac-Man kind of thing.
Yes.
So go listen and check it out if you can. and all that jazz. So anyway, I want to give a big thanks to Christianity for joining us tonight
And again,
for the
thank
stream.
Remix. I appreciate you having me on here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're happy for you to be on, and we know that you enjoyed the stream tonight, and as well as the educational thing that we did last week. So we made it possible for tonight. All the ramblings about Apple devices and talking about Super Mario Brothers 3. I'm talking too fast, like Speedy Gonzalez, just like I did. Well, like I said, you know, Billy had that Speedy Gonzalez issue, but anyway, I digress. Um, yeah, it's like a fastball in baseball. You gotta be really careful because you never know when that fastball's gonna come. It might kick you in the butt. But anyway,
That
so anyway, thanks oh my god, to Chris Candy. I'm gonna get that name right because I'm not gonna have a brain fault moment on the stream tonight. I will get the names right.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so again, thanks Christianity for being on, and of course, thanks to Lou Jeffers for being on the stream for tonight. And you can check him out. He's all over the place. And like I said, if you do head on over to his YouTube channel, you can join in with some exclusive perks and offers. That. And like I said, if you want more info on that, you can check it out on his YouTube channel on how you can do all that and get some exclusive stuff. Because it's not like Luke's gonna give it to you for free because that's why he has the $5 a month thing. So he's not gonna. I mean, he's not gonna be nice to you. Like you being a tooth fairy. Like, oh my god, I want to see some exclusive content. And I don't want to pay the stupid $5. Well, guess what? We're not your fairy godmother, and we're not your fairy tooth lady or whatever. If you want to see exclusive perks and content, pay up the $5. Otherwise, well, we're sorry. Just go home and make yourself some delicious pizza and wings, and forget about this whole mess. That's the whole thing.
It's the whole thing, folks.
So anyway, Luke, let's go ahead and wrap up the stream tonight, and let's close it out. So I'm gonna put you in the solo layout, and we were in the stream. So Luke, the floor is yours.
First thing is, you're welcome. Second thing is, well, folks, just a reminder, I do have some projects in mind for this week, before we wrap things up. First and foremost, Boring Jokes episode number 23 in the works for, tomorrow here on my main channel. Be lookout, not my main channel, Rumble account. Be lookout for it. It's going to be Cool Cat versus the coronavirus. It's a post-COVID film video, Boring Jokes episode you will not going to miss on the episode I'm working on for Boring Jokes episode that Derek Savage has been working on since 2020. I've been doing, and it's been at least 2021. I've been working on it, and Bob showed a review about it, by the way. So yeah, I'm working on Boring Jokes episode on Cool Cat Fights Coronavirus coming up tomorrow on my main channel. Rumble account. Gotta say it right. Anyway, then coming to also tomorrow on my main channel, where there will be a Chitter Call special, part 36. Be looking for it's gonna be in both my main channel and on my Rumble account. Then I gotta finish up Switch Size and PS Projects in the month of September and October. Be looking out for that, and I gotta do bedtime stories after a long hiatus. Then I gotta do Starcade again. Then I gotta do weekend celebrations and so forth. Yeah. Excuse me. And come August 29th, okay, I will be in. I'll have to do some editing searches from sometime around this Saturday on Boring Jokes episode 24. the Backyard Show. Be look out for it. It's going to be jam-packed, born jokes episode for you guys, and it's going to be a very good one. So it's going to be a good episode for you guys, and I'm looking forward to see my born jokes episode on the Backyard Show. So it's going to be a longest away episode on to celebrate 35 years of Barney. Be look out for it. It's going to be a long, sweet episode. There you go on that. Anyway, and then Sunday, August next week, there will be brand new episodes of Elvis Reacts on 10 Big Live episode numbers 21 to 23. Be look out for it. It's going to be coming this week, so it's going to be huge. And for those of you wondering, where's Appetition Showing 4 Question My Cards Season 3? It's coming September. Labor Day weekend, Labor Day, Monday. Be look out for it. It's coming on my main channel. On my second channel, excuse me. Labor Day weekend. So Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays now. Due to the fact that Daily Free Files Network is not doing any more Daily Free Files with the money cards now. So I'm bringing Appetition 94 version money cards Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on my second channel. Be look out for it, and it's going to be a huge one. From September through December, from 4 or 5 episodes each. So yeah. And one last thing, and we're always leave with episode numbers 714 to 736. So there you go. And it's going to be more sense. So there you go. And before I wrap things up, I want to tell you one thing, okay? And then we'll wrap things up, okay? I want to say, bottom of my heart, I have 1,000. I was getting subscribers, 1,542 subscribers, and I definitely, of course, had some 8,190 plus videos on my main channel. So I'm almost there to 8,200 videos here on my main channel. So that being said, I would like to thank you for the bottom of my heart for reaching that goal of 8,200 videos, almost there, 8,200 videos on my main channel. So there you go. It makes more sense to everybody, and it makes more sense to you guys. So there you go. And then my second channel, almost there to 900 subscribers. And as my main channel, as right now is concerned, we're getting close to 200 videos here on my second channel. And by the time I have Appetition and 4 Christian Money Cards are concerned, 200 videos. There you go. And that was for me, Sue Jerry's Bobby So Baby. Back to remix one whole entire thing.
All right, thank you, Luke, and there you go. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, for Christianity and of course Billy Moody, happy birthday! Thank you for being in the chat room tonight, and Andrew who came in at the last second, and everybody here and all my subscribers, thank you all. So on behalf of all of us here, like I said, Christianity, Luke Jeffers, Billy Moody, and Andrew, and all of them. This is Rematch Plum, and saying have a great night. And this was a fun stream. And can't wait to do it again for you all next time. And all that other jazz. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude tonight's stream of BPT's mini podcast Extravaganza here on Brandon Palmer Television. Like I said, hit the subscribe button, and if you like what you see, and I thank you, and enjoying the content here, and all that other great stuff. So anyway, guys, have a great night, and I will see you all next week for the final BPT's mini podcast Extravaganza for the month of August. So there you guys go. So this is Rematch Plum saying have a good night, and we will see you all next week for another podcast stream on a Sunday. Thank you, guys. And now, if you excuse me, I got some Forza Horizon 5 to play and wash my car. And my car is kind of dirty and it's kind of damaged because the car can't stop hitting me and all. But yeah, I have a beef with that one. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you all excuse me, I got Forza Horizon 5 to play, and of course, and everything in between. So we'll leave you with the episode clear. We're going to do it 2 times and the end of the stream. Have a good night, guys, and we'll see you all next week.